Hey everybody, Scary Spikes here, welcoming you back to more of our comprehensive beginner's guide for Destiny 2. Today we'll be talking about the Dawning. To get started, you'll want to head over to the tower, and then make sure you spawn over at the courtyard location and click on launch. Before we get started, I just wanted to preface this video by letting you know that I'm using an alt, so it can change the way that some things appear, and it might be a little bit different for you, especially if you're doing it for the first time on your main character. Nevertheless, once you've arrived at the tower, you'll want to come over to Ava and open up a dialogue with her, and you should see something that looks like this. You'll want to accept all of the quests, as you can get a couple of exotic sparrows by doing the quests and also be able to upgrade one of them, which is really cool. You'll also see the oven, which may be blue for you. It's purple for me because I've already upgraded it, but more on that a little bit later. For this character, I'm not going to be accepting these two items here because I've already started to work on them on my main character and I actually prefer to use my main to complete them. But just so you know that everything that you do for the Dawning will be account wide, so any progress you make on your alt will also carry over for your main and vice versa. One thing you'll also notice is that you have your daily and weekly bounties here as you do with the rest of the NPCs at the tower. To get started, you'll want to open up your quest section and you'll see here that you have the quest that you've accepted from Ava. Additionally, if you've accepted any bounties, those can be found on the right hand side, so business as usual there. But you'll see this oven here and you'll want to right click on it. You can find your uncommon ingredients here, your rare ingredients here, and your essences here. And don't worry, we'll go over these in a little bit more detail later on, but they're pretty easy to find. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see all of the recipes you've already discovered, and you can make them easily by just holding down the left mouse button. Make sure to check the description below to get a list of ingredients and recipes and how to find and make them. I know this looks really overwhelming, but stick with me and you'll be baking in no time. Wow, I never thought I'd say that. Anyway, you need uncommon ingredients as well as rare ingredients and essences of Dawning to get started. So to get uncommon ingredients, you just need to kill certain types of enemies. Rare ingredients can be found by killing them with certain weapons or tactics, and essences can be found simply by completing activities. Just keep in mind that the amount of time spent is proportional to the number of essences that you get, so the more time that you spend, the more essences you will get in turn. Once finished, your product will be available here in the inventory and can be handed into its respective vendor for blue items as well as a chance at a gift box which contains better loot. Once you're ready to begin your gift-giving rampage, simply head over to your local vendor and press this button here to give them their respective gift. You'll be rewarded in turn by getting a random blue item, which could be a weapon or a piece of armor, as well as some glimmer and a small chance at that gift box, which if you do get one, you can find in your inventory waiting for you. Now this goes without saying, but it's a very good chance you won't be able to complete this in 1 or 2 days, so you'll want to track it to keep yourself motivated and also of course to keep track of how much progress you've made. You can do so by going to the quests section and clicking on each individual quest that you want to track, which will then make it appear in your tab menu, making it much easier to follow your progress. In my humble opinion, I think that strikes are the most efficient and best way to get uncommon and rare ingredients in the Dawning event. The reason why is, well, picture this. You're on an open world and you're doing a public event. There's enemies spawning everywhere, but they're not really the enemies that you're after, and you have to compete against the 6 to 8 other players that might be in the area. By playing a strike, you have complete control over the kinds of enemies that you fight and how you're going to dispatch them, and in my opinion, that is the epitome of efficiency. Earlier in the video, I talked about how the number of essences that you get is proportionate to the amount of activities you do and the time you spend doing them, and weekly challenges are absolutely amazing for that. They're great because they allow you to play the content that you already enjoyed playing, they can allow you to complete bounties and other objectives within those, get rewarded for completing them, then get rewarded for the weekly rewards by completing several of them, and on top of all that, getting essences all at the same time. Just keep an eye out for the yellow orbs. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, please let me know by dropping a like, as well as subscribing if you're new around here. Also, ring the bell so that you don't miss any videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in Destiny 2 and in the next video.